have you join us on this episode of the Nigerian Navy Today. I am Jibrin Baba Ndachi. The Naval Officers' Wives Association, NOAA, under the leadership of its 21st president, Ajia Nana Aisha Gambo, has so far witnessed outstanding growth and development, bringing to fruition the vision and mission of the founding members of NOAA 57 years ago. This episode of the Nigerian Navy Today shall focus on some of the outstanding legacy projects of NOAA as well as other regular segments of the program. Please stay with us.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR on Monday 5th June 2023 paid his first official visit to the office of the National Security Advisor in Abuja and was received by the National Security Advisor Major General Babagana Mongunu. During the visit, Mr. President's first port of call was the National Counter-Terrorism Center NCTC, where he undertook a tour of facilities. He noted that terrorism was not unique to Nigeria alone, but rather a global phenomenon, pledging his resolve to nip it in the bud. Mr. President also undertook a tour of the state-of-the-art Falcon Eye Surveillance System and Control Center. President Tinubu says for the economic revival, prosperity and development of the country, priority must be given to security. In commemoration of Nigeria's Democracy Day on June 12th, members of the Nigerian Armed Forces, police and other eminent citizens converged at the forecourt of the Presidential Villa Abuja to mark the June 12, 2023 Democracy Day celebration. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, on arrival was received by the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Aminu Umar, and he immediately proceeded to inspect the special guard mounted in his honor. With an array of special performances by the mass band, silent drill and cultural display by Guards Brigade Cultural Troupe to entertain guests from all walks of life. Present at the event were the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao, and the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Al-Khali Baba, as well as heads of other security agencies and paramilitary organizations. Others were key government officials, as well as other eminent Nigerians. The Armed Forces' participation at the Democracy Day celebration further demonstrates the commitment of the Nigerian Armed Forces to strengthening Nigeria's democracy. On Tuesday, 13th June 2023, the Vertical Integrated Logistics Approach Team, led by Dr. Richard W. Kemp, paid a courtesy visit to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, CFR, at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja. The visit is aimed at exploring potential areas of collaboration with the Nigerian Navy. The Executive Governor of Katsina State, His Excellency Dr. Diko Umar Rada, on Friday, 9th June 2023, was at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja, on a courtesy visit to the Chief of the Naval Staff. Katsina State, like other parts of Nigeria, faces challenges related to counter-terrorism and counterinsurgency. The visit of the governor aims to engage with the Navy to discuss strategies, intelligence sharing, and joint efforts to address the challenges effectively. The Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, was at the commissioning of the new Department of Maritime Warfare Complex at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna State. The complex was commissioned by the special guest of honor and former Chief of the Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Suleiman Saidu, retired, on Thursday, 8th June 2023. The Department of Maritime Warfare Complex is dedicated to overseeing and coordinating the various components of maritime warfare. Its purpose will include strategic planning, operational coordination, intelligence and surveillance, combat operations, maritime security, technology and innovation. Also on the same day, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, alongside the former Navy Chief Rear Admiral Suleiman Saidu, retired, was at the site of the proposed Nigerian Navy Secondary School, Farakwai, Kaduna State, to inspect ongoing infrastructural development within the institution. Earlier, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Engineer Benga Komolafe, accompanied by some members of his team, was at the Naval Headquarters Abuja on Tuesday, 6th June 2023, on a courtesy visit to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo. The visit, amongst other things, is to seek collaboration and synergy between the Nigerian Navy and the Commission in the interests of the nation. In 1965, when the Naval Officers' Wives Association NOAA was formed, little was it thought of that what started as a small tea group for light-hearted discussions by wives of naval officers would someday be led by a leader who understands and cares about the people she leads. A leader who has a clear and compelling vision for the future, with a sense of purpose and the ability to communicate goals and inspire others to share in her vision effectively. NOAA, under the leadership of Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, has so far witnessed outstanding growth and development never imagined was possible. With an understanding of the needs of the people she leads, Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo has embarked on several projects with the aim of improving the socio-economic well-being of members of the association, the entire Barra community and environs across naval units and formations nationwide. To also ensure that beyond the present, sustenance of the future is as important, explains her vision to embark on legacy projects that will outlive her tenure as 21st Indigenous NOAA President. On Friday, 2nd June 2023, NOAA, under the sterling leadership of Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, marked the commencement of yet another legacy project. This time, a magnificent event center to be constructed at the Admiralty Estate, Navy Town, Asokoro, Abuja, on a 1.9 hectare of land allocated to the association by the Navy Holdings Limited. The special guest of honor and Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, whose unrelenting support for the association has largely contributed to her success, gracefully honored the invitation to perform the groundbreaking event. Present at the event were Principal Staff Officers of the Naval Headquarters, wife of the Chief of Defense Staff and President of Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, DIPOA, Barrister Mrs. Victoria Irabo, represented by the President of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, Hajia Salamatu Yahaya. Others are the President of Air Force Officers' Wives Association, NAFOA, Mrs. Elizabeth Olubumi Amao, the President of Police Officers' Wives Association, POA, Hajia Hajara Usman Al-Kalibaba, Naval Ratings Wives Association, Narawa, and their members as well as other invited guests. In her welcome remarks, NOAA National President disclosed that the project, which she believes was a vision of the founding members of NOAA 57 years ago, has finally taken off, stating her desire to embark on the project.
This project we are here gathered to witness, as groundbreaking ceremony started with a vision about 57 years later, establishment of NOAA on the 30th November 1965. Here we are, starting a heavy investment project that will certainly express and define an important landmark in the life of the NOAA family.
She says the project, when completed, can accommodate major events with up to 2 events at the same time in the events hall, including other features such as a skills acquisition center and others.
Some of the unique features of the event center is that the building on the ground floor can accommodate a major event with about 1,200 persons or 2 events at the same time in the event hall, and has a number of boutiques, while on the second floor there are open and closed room lounges at one end of the building and skills development center at the other end.
Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo left no one in doubt of her appreciation to the pillar behind her success and that of the association under her watch.
Let me especially appreciate the pillar behind the success NOAA has recorded under my watch. I acknowledge the ever-dynamic and unwavering support of my darling husband, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo, CFR. I'm also greatly indebted to you, members of NOAA, and truly appreciate you without taking your kindness and care for granted.
She acknowledges the support of the President Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association and members of NOAA.
My appreciation will not be complete without acknowledging our mother figure, the National President, Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, who always make it a duty call to personally grace our activities whenever called upon.
In her address, the President of Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, represented by the National President, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Hajia Salamatu Yahaya, commended the leadership of NOAA for her foresight and leadership. With regards to the various intervention projects embarked on by NOAA,
today's event underscores the determination of Mrs. Nana Aisha Gambo, whose leadership means to consolidate on socio-economic development of the Navy Town Estate in Abuja and its environs. We accordingly commend the outstanding efforts of the NOAA President and her members for these great feats.
The General Manager Projects, Nigerian Navy Holdings Limited, Captain S.F. Hassan Dogo, gave a brief background of the NOAA Event Center.
The Navy Holdings Limited allocated about 1.9 hectares land in the master plan to NOAA for the development of an event center. The goal of this project is to provide a modern event center to meet the urgent need of NOAA in a conducive atmosphere that supports skill acquisition, social interaction, and internal revenue generation. Sequel to the conceptualization of this noble project, tenders were invited from reputable construction companies and builders for its construction. However, the outcome of the evaluation of tenders from bidders was not friendly, as the estimated construction cost was put at an average cost of about 657,338,550 naira only, which NOAA considered as outrageous and unsustainable. Hence, the idea of a direct labor job by the in-house team was mooted in order to save costs and ensure a timely completion of the project and other benefits associated with direct labor construction.
Captain Hassan Dogo says the project consists of a story building with a double volume hall. Other facilities include a flexible seating auditorium, VIP lounge, a celebrant lounge, en-suite offices, a skill acquisition center, a restaurant, shops, and more. The special guest of honor and the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, performs the groundbreaking ceremony of the 1,200 capacity Naval Officers' Wives Association NOAA Event Center at the Admiralty Estate, Navy Town, Abuja.
Engineer, go back. Organa Messi.
This flag was unveiled by my humble self, Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, Chief of the Naval Staff, to mark the groundbreaking ceremony of Naval Officers' Wives Association Event Center at Admiralty Estate, Navy Town, Asokoro, on Friday, 2nd June 2023, to the glory of God and for the benefit of mankind. Amen.
Speaking after the groundbreaking ceremony, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo acknowledges NOAA's various projects, stating that the projects were part of the NOAA's giant strides and numerous contributions to the well-being of the service and the wider society.
I am convinced that construction of this center will no doubt create enabling socio-cultural environment that will enhance morale of personnel and their families, as well as the civilian population that will utilize the facility.
He added that the state-of-the-art event center would provide comfortable and secure environment for personnel and their families when completed, saying that the edifice on completion would provide affordable and accessible facility with associated services to all.
The edifice on completion is expected to provide affordable and accessible facility with associated services to meet personnel needs rather than what is available outside the barracks.
He added that the various welfare projects of NOAA are enduring legacies which have endeared the leadership of the association to well-meaning and good-spirited individuals across Nigeria, especially as a key contributor to national development. The Navy Chief also applauded the association's commitment to providing quality education and vocational training, as well as charitable and economic empowerment programs for women, orphans, and children.
Specifically, appreciate NOAA's laudable achievements of providing quality education and vocational training, embarking on charitable activities, offering economic and empowering programs.
The NOAA Event Center, Admiralty Estate, Asokoro, Abuja, when completed, will be an addition to the list of projects embarked upon by the Naval Officers' Wives Association, NOAA, under the leadership of Hajiya Nana Aisha Gambo. A modest contribution to socio-economic development of the Navy town, Asokoro, Abuja, and environs. From the site of the proposed NOAA's Event Center, Asokoro, Abuja, the special guest of honor and other dignitaries proceeded to the Navy Barracks, Kuje, where another project of NOAA was commissioned. It is the NOAA Shopping Complex, Kuje. The shopping complex, situated on 375 square meters, comprising of 10 units of shops and other facilities. Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo says the commissioning marks another giant stride of the association in promoting commerce for growth and development towards enhanced living standards.
Today's event is yet another stride by the Naval Officers Wife Association in promoting commerce for growth and development of Kuje.
She urged beneficiaries to imbibe high maintenance culture.
I want to encourage the beneficiaries to imbibe good maintenance culture as you possess this facility.
NOAA President Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, as always, acknowledged the support of her husband, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, members of NOAA, and the invited guests.
May I at this point acknowledge the unflinching support of my lovely husband, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, CFR, for your untiring support towards the Naval Officers Wife Association. Achieving a mandate is highly appreciated.
President, Defense and Police Officers Wives Association, DEPOA, represented by the NAOA President Hajia Salamatu Yahaya, applauds NOAA President and her members for the laudable project, urging members of other Officers Wives Associations to emulate the leadership style of NOAA President.
I'm standing here on behalf of all members of the Defense and Police Officers Wife Association to say a very big congratulations to our sister here, Hajia Dr. Nana Aisha Gambo, for this laudable initiative that we're about to commission. Your many activities geared towards empowering women and youths in the barracks speaks for itself. I would also want to use this medium to call on all members of NOAA here present, as well as all other OAs that are here present, to say that we should emulate the giant strides of our dear sister here whenever we're given such opportunities.
The special guest of honor, Vice Admiral Awa Gambo, says it is an honor to be part of the commissioning of the NOAA Shopping Complex, Kuje, saying NOAA's project intervention are in line with the Nigerian Navy's welfare objectives.
I profoundly appreciate and thank the National President and entire members of the Naval Officers Wives Association for inviting me to the commissioning ceremony of this milestone initiative. I also avail this opportunity to once again pledge my continued support to the association in its policies and programs geared towards better personnel welfare and national prosperity. These commendable interventions to enhance comfort and support economic activities of service personnel and civilians in Kuje, as well as adjacent communities, is in accordance with ongoing efforts to actualize Nigerian Navy's welfare objectives, thereby boosting morale of our fighting troops towards enhancing national security.
Leadership, they say, is the capacity to translate vision to reality. This, the Naval Officers Wives Association, under the pragmatic and focused leadership of Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, is currently enjoying. With a passion and concern to improve the socio-economic well-being of members and the society at large, Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo is no doubt writing her name in gold, a reference to generation yet unborn.
There is no doubt that Ajia Nana Aisha Gambo, with the support of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awazubere Gambo, has continued to build on the legacies of the founding mothers of NOAA through provision of purposeful leadership, which has brought about continuous improvement in the socio-economic well-being of members of the association, the entire barrack community, and environs across naval units and formations nationwide. Until next week, when we shall come your way again, I am Jibrin Baba Ndache. Onward together.